The Chevrolet Colorado truck model range has long been a mainstay of the American pickup truck market, and it is the second best-selling midsize truck in the U.S., after the Toyota Tacoma. However, while the Colorado sales numbers have shown a healthy increase during the past year, the new Colorado model range is still beset by a veritable litany of reliability, build quality, and shockingly poor after-sales service that, collectively, have driven many drivers to sell their Colorado trucks well before completing as few as 10,000 miles. Stay with us and watch this video until the end as we discuss the top 5 reasons why drivers selling Chevrolet Colorado after only 10,000 miles. Number 5. Roof design defect. Many drivers have reported that some types of touchless car wash processes blow serious dents in the roofs of their late model Colorado trucks, which incidentally is a problem shared by many GMC Canyon trucks. This problem mainly affects Colorado trucks without sunroofs, and although GM has now developed and implemented a definitive fix for this problem at the factory level, thousands of Colorado trucks on the road are still missing a vitally important structural member in their roofs. So here is the problem. While no new Colorado truck leaves the factory with a flimsy roof skin, GM's remedy for this problem cannot be applied to a Colorado truck whose roof is already damaged by a touchless car wash. Body repairers have reported that it is almost impossible to remove the dents without leaving evidence of a repair, and it is equally difficult to repaint the roof without a color mismatch being evident between the roof and the rest of the truck. Thus, because of these factors, many body repairers refuse to undertake this repair due to the difficulties involved. As a practical matter, this leaves you, the owner of an affected Colorado truck, with only 2 choices. The first is to install a sunroof to stiffen the roof skin, and the second is to sell your truck before the roof is dented by a touchless car wash. Of course, you might suffer a penalty in terms of your Colorado truck's resale value, but we think this is preferable to not being able to sell a Colorado truck at all, or at a significant loss if its roof is dented. Based on this, the best advice we can offer if you are looking for a used Colorado truck is to find one that has had the roof design defect resolved by the factory during assembly. Number 4. 5 safety recalls. Although the latest iteration of the Colorado truck model range has not seen any safety recalls during the current year, last year saw the Colorado truck being subjected to 5 safety recalls. Let's look at these recalls in some detail. The first recall involves poorly installed and tightened seatbelt anchors, which poses a potentially life-threatening safety risk if the seatbelt anchor detaches during a crash or rollover event. The second recall involves a missing or poorly installed retaining device that secures a fuel pump to the fuel tank assembly. According to the recall notice, this could cause a serious fuel leak during an accident, which could cause a fuel fire to erupt, although the recall notice does not mention the possibility of a fuel fire after an accident. The third recall relates to incorrect tires fitted in the factory, which, according to the recall notice, do not match the details on the tire label. In practice, this causes the tire pressure monitoring system to register incorrect tire inflation values, which is almost certainly why so many drivers have reported tires balding prematurely, or tires that wear down unevenly in the absence of an appropriate tire pressure monitoring system warning light. The fourth recall involves front wheel lug nuts that may have been over-tightened in the factory, which could cause a failure of the lug nuts or bolts to keep the affected wheels securely attached to the vehicle. The safety risk of having one or more front wheels detaching from the vehicle at highway speeds is obvious and frightening. The last recall involved the forward collision mitigation camera falsely detecting obstacles in the vehicle's path. If this happens, the forward collision mitigation system may initiate a violent autonomous braking event, or even bring the vehicle to a full stop, both of which could cause following vehicles to seriously rear-end an affected Colorado truck. Although these defects have been resolved at the factory level, it is possible that the late model used Colorado truck you are planning on buying has not yet had these shortcomings corrected by a dealership. Therefore, Be sure to verify that the used Chevrolet Colorado truck you are looking to buy has undergone all the required OEM-specified repairs or corrective actions that relate to all current safety recalls. Number 3. Many electrical issues. Persistent electrical gremlins and failures count among the most annoying and frustrating issues any vehicle owner can experience, and Colorado trucks built over the past few years have no shortage of annoying electrical issues. Despite this, though, the Colorado model range has shown a respectable increase in sales numbers, which is somewhat strange. But then again, it is likely that the Colorado's many positive attributes outweigh the combined weight of its many electrical issues. It is perhaps worth mentioning that, although the new and late model Colorado trucks' electrical issues generally do not pose obvious or serious safety risks, diagnosing and repairing some of these issues is both difficult and extremely time-consuming, meaning that if your new or late model Colorado truck is beset by electrical gremlins, your Colorado truck could spend as much time in the shop as in your driveway, which is less than ideal. Nonetheless, here are some details of some common electrical issues on late model Chevrolet Colorado trucks. Although GM insists that they have found and implemented a fix for the premature failure of 12-volt vehicle batteries at the factory level, many owners of new and late model Chevrolet Colorado trucks still experience complete battery failures caused by the manufacturer's incessant over-the-air updates of software and a wide range of onboard control modules. Given that many modern vehicles now run on considerably more than 100 million lines of computer code, regular software updates are to be expected. But updating a high-capacity 12-volt battery to death is something else entirely. Loose or poor electrical connections throughout the Colorado truck's electrical architecture have almost become a defining characteristic of the electrical systems on these trucks. In practice, loose or poor electrical connections can cause a bewildering array of weird and strange symptoms that include, but are not limited to, infotainment system failures, intermittent no-start conditions, malfunctioning power windows, non-operative security or anti-theft systems, headlights not working or not working correctly, malfunctioning HVAC systems, and even the loss of power steering assistance. Some owners of late model Chevrolet Colorado trucks have also reported poor ABS performance caused by poorly seated relays and fuses. But this particular issue does not seem to be widespread or prevalent. In practice, though, the electrical issues we mentioned in this video do not seem to affect all new or late model Chevrolet Colorado trucks, and many owners of late model Colorado trucks do not experience any electrical issues at all. In the real world, however, there is no way of telling if a Chevrolet Colorado truck will experience endless electrical problems or not, simply by looking at it. So we recommend that, if you're in the market for a used late model Colorado truck, you verify that at least the most common electrical problems have been addressed and resolved by Chevrolet dealerships. Number 2. Poor build quality on some Colorados. Commonly reported build quality problems include the lack of clearance between front and rear doors, meaning that front and rear doors actually touch each other, squeaking, sealing rubbers in door openings, water leaking through windshield seals, excessive wind noise at high speeds, and vibrations in passenger cabins that can range from slight to severe at highway speeds. As with electrical issues, not all new or late model Chevrolet Colorado trucks suffer from poor build quality issues, so we recommend that you perform a meticulous inspection on any Chevrolet Colorado truck you might be interested in buying, including new models. Number 1. Dubious value for money. Despite their many positive attributes, loads of tech features, best-in-class ground clearance with a factory lift kit, and increasing sales numbers, some owners have described buying a new or late model Colorado truck as a bit of a crapshoot, in the sense that you can never be quite sure about what you are getting for your money in terms of the reliability and durability of any given Colorado truck. Here is the problem. New Chevrolet Colorado trucks are not exactly cheap, seeing that starting prices for new Colorados kick off at $31,900 for the base WT trim level, rise to $39,800 for the mid-range Trail Boss trim, and end at a whopping $49,600 for the range-topping ZR2 model. In all cases, These prices exclude any options and most dealer charges. Here is another thing. While selling a Colorado truck with only a few thousand miles on it, as soon as the first problems and issues appear, might sound tempting, the presence of noticeable or significant problems and issues also have noticeable effects on such a truck's resale value. You could conceivably lose thousands of dollars in such a deal. So, in our opinion, the best thing to do would be to not buy a Chevrolet Colorado truck.